This is the second part of the equivalent fractions lessons for grade 5s. What we're looking at here is the bottom of page 2 for your assignment, and I'm going to show you what all of these markings are about. So first of all, it gives you, let's just look at one that doesn't have all this stuff on it. I'll pull it down here. So let's just look at this one down here. So it says 3/4 equals something out of 8 equals something over 12 equals 12 over something equals 15 out of something. So the idea is to fill all the boxes in, and each of these fractions will be equivalent to the other. And so the way we're going to do that is we're going to use our times tables. We're going to use our multiplication skills, and whatever we do to one part of the fraction, the denominator, the same thing will have to be done to the top. So I've got my little note up here that says, whatever you do to the top, you must do to the bottom, and vice versa. So we have here, our first fraction is 2/3. And so in order to figure out here, we're doing the red part here, in order to figure out what fraction is here, I have to figure out the relationship between this 3 and the given number 6. And I'm thinking of multiplication and division here, not addition and subtraction. So from 3, if I multiply it by 2, I'm going to get 6. So again, whatever I do on the bottom, I need to do on the top. So 3 times 2 is 6. So at the top, we have 2, and we multiply that by 2, and of course, we're going to get 4. All right, let's look at this next fraction here. So we have 2/3 is equivalent to 4/6 is equivalent to 6 what? Now, I've filled this in for you already, but let's go back and have a look at how I got that. So again, we're going to always go back to our first fraction, our 2/3 in this case. And so you can see by my blue line here that the relationship between 2 and the given number, 6, is 3. So if I multiply 2 times 3, I get 6. And so whatever I do to the top, I do to the bottom. 3 times 3 gives me 9. So now I have 3 equivalent fractions. I have 2/3, I have 4/6, and I have 6/9. This one I multiplied the fraction by 2. This one I multiplied by 3. And you can guess here the relationship between 2 and the given number 8 is, I'm going to multiply this by 4. So 2 times 4 gives me 8. So at the bottom here, and I don't have the pink line underneath because I'm hoping you can figure that one out on your own here. So now we're doing 3 times 4, and we're going to plunk this in here. Our number is, oops, I just didn't have enough room there. There we go. Just made my text box a little bit bigger to get 12. So again, I took 2/3. I multiplied it, first of all, for the first fraction by 2. 2/3 times 3 gives me 6/9. 2/3 times 4 gives me 8/12. And really what I'm doing here is I'm taking that same piece, or that same pizza, for example, and if I'm starting at 2/3, then all I'm going to do is I'm going to cut each of those pieces in half, and then I'm going to cut them in half again, and then I'm going to cut them in half again, so that that same pizza is in 6ths, then 9ths, then 12ths, then the next one would be 15. So for this one here, how would we do that? Well, the given number is on the bottom. So I have to look at my bottom number and say, okay, I've got 3. How do I get to 15? What can I multiply 3 by to get 15? And of course, these are all in order here. So we've done times 2, times 3, times 4. So of course, it's 3 times 15. Sorry, pardon me, 3 times 5 to get 15. So whatever I do to the bottom, if I did 3 times 5, now I need to do 2 times 5. And up in here in this box, I'm going to put the answer to 2 times 5. And I see I'm going to have to go in and get these text boxes a little bit bigger so they don't jump down on you. Okay, and so you're going to finish that in the same manner. It's all multiplying, and you always go back to the first fraction. So that's the only trick here. Make sure you go back to the first fraction. All right, good luck with the equivalent fractions.